Okay, this section is section 11.5. Now we've already done stuff describing what parallel lines and perpendicular lines are. So do you remember parallel lines have the same slope and perpendicular lines they have a difference. They have, like, it's upside, you flip the fraction upside down and change the sign. But we'll talk about that as we're doing the question. So this is problems associated with parallel and perpendicular lines. So whenever you see parallel or perpendicular, think something to do with slope. Okay, so it says find the equation of the line through the point minus 2, 3, which is perpendicular to 2x minus y. So it's perpendicular to this line. So remember, when we're looking to find the equation of a line, we're looking to use that formula. And to fill in that formula, we need one point and we need the slope. Now, we have one point, but we don't have the slope. But it tells us we can find the slope because it's perpendicular to this line. So what we do is we find the slope of this line, and then we'll be able to find the slope of this line. So I'll just write this. Okay. First things first. We need to find the slope of this line. Okay, so I'll do this in black pen. So we want to get y, and remember, if you want to find the slope of a line and we don't have coordinates, we just get y on its own. So I'm going to do 2x minus y plus 5 equals 0. So I'm going to get y on its own. Now this is a minus y, so I'm going to bring the y to the right hand side. And it's going to be 2x plus 5. And now, y is on its own. It's in the form y is equal to mx plus c. It's in that form. Okay, so the slope is the number before the x. There's the slope there. So the slope of this line is equal to 2. However, our slope is perpendicular to this slope. So it's not going to be the same. It's going to be flip. If this is 2 over 1, our slope is going to be, the sign changes and it flips. So it's minus a half. Remember, this multiplied by minus half will give us minus 1. So if the slope is 2, a parallel slope would be 2 and a perpendicular slope would be minus a half. Do you remember I gave you that big table when we were doing parallel and perpendicular lines? Go back and look at that video if you're unsure. So now the slope of our line is minus a half and the point in our line is minus 2, 3. And now we can use y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. I'm just going to label this x1, y1. That's our slope. So it's y minus 3 equals minus a half times x minus minus 2, because it's minus and then we put in a minus 2. To get rid of this 2 on the bottom, I want to multiply it up here. It's the same as multiplying both sides by 2. So the 2 comes up here. I don't multiply at the bracket yet. I do each step slowly. I leave the minus 1 on this side times x, and I'm just going to change this to a plus 2. And now I'm going to expand the brackets. I'll just come out there a bit so we can see the whole question. Expand the brackets, we end up with 2y minus 6, 2 times and we generally bring it to the side where x is positive, so x is negative, so I'm going to move both of these to the left hand side. So it goes across the equal to sign, it becomes plus x. Excuse me there, don't know what happened there. Plus x. The 2y stays on this side, stays as 2y. The minus 6 stays on this side, comes across the equal to sign, so it becomes a plus 2. And your last thing is just to add these two together. X plus 2y minus 4 equals 0. And that's the equation that you're looking for, because it said find the equation that goes through this point and is perpendicular. So what you have to keep in mind is that to find an equation of a line, we need a point and the slope. And sometimes you're not given one of those. If you're given the point and not given the slope, you'll have to be given some information to find the slope, whether it's 2 other points or whether it's a line and they tell you it's parallel or perpendicular. And if you're not given the point, they might say it's the midpoint of 2 other lines. So just read every question carefully, and if you have any questions about any of them, please do ask. So there's the answer there. That's the example on page 264. So I'm going to give you some work, and it's obviously due on Thursday because I don't have you on Wednesday. And if you have any questions at any time, please just ask and I'll get around to doing that solution for you.